Guys, Control here with another Wild Basics. Today I'm bringing you guys Silverhand Paladin or Dude Paladin. I prefer calling it Silverhand Paladin because I don't like the name Dude Paladin, although it's pretty popularized. Today's list is from Bananaramic, and I'd say it's pretty normal for the deck. You got your good old Call to Arms, Muster for Battle combo. Interesting things that you'll see here is he does not run Consecration, which I think is really great, and I would really just suggest that most people who play Paladin should not be running that in more tempo-oriented builds of the deck. However, cards like Equality are really good in this deck, as a lot of your minions are just 1/1 Silverhand recruits, or Divine Shield minions like Righteous Protector and Noyatron, or even 1/1s with Divine Shield with Sword of Darkshire. Some notable things about this deck are, again, the double Equality. I would say the level up is probably the most interesting card in the deck. Stand Against Darkness and Crystalline aren't also usually super meta, but I think Crystalline and Stand Against Darkness, though, is a little bit of an ode to old Dude Paladin lists. Whereas newer ones are running more Dry Gulch Stealer. The idea behind this list, though, is there's a fair amount of Druids on ladder, and against slower Druids, you're really going to want to have a lot of refill, and you know, Sword of Darkshire plus Stand Against Darkness is a really good combo on turn 8 to kind of set up a lot of the more buffs you have, being Light Fuse, Stegadon, Quartermaster, and then as well lending towards that strategy of buffing up your silver hands. You have the level up there too, and that's really good in the deck because it allows you to buff up, say, your 3/3 Silverhand recruits after you play Quartermaster or Sunkeeper Terrain into being 5/5 Silverhand recruits, which actually push through Spreading Plague in one ghost, and you can hit face the next turn. Just actually really good for that, and it actually has a hidden ability being really good against being an aggro, being good against aggro decks as well, as Taunt is pretty good. This deck in general will perform quite well against aggro too, as you do have double Noyatron and double Righteous Protector, and it's just stuff like Rallying Blade is very strong against them, and Spreading is just powerful against aggro at the moment. So I'd actually like to get some aggro matchups and see how they go. But overall, I feel like this deck is very well positioned and is a very powerful one. It's also one of the most skill intensive Paladin decks in the metagame. It's one where you can succeed if you just vomit your hands, like aggro Paladin. But in this deck, it's a lot better to manage your resources more closely and actually utilize cards like Loatheb and Sunkeeper Terrain in intelligent ways, as resource utilization is pretty important because this deck can definitely go for longer games. This deck, when you're mulliganing, you're definitely just going to want to look for your classic 1, 2, 3, 4 Paladin curve, with a special emphasis, as per usual, on Call to Arms, and Sunkeeper Terrain is keepable most of the time as well. It's enough about the deck, though. Let's hop into the game and get some juicy Silverhand gameplay going on. Let's get the right deck list up as well. Playing against a Mage. It's usually pretty fun for Paladin. I like beating up on Mages, I don't know about you guys. I'm on the coin as well, which is actually really good because one of the usual ways a Mage will beat you is just counterspelling your Call to Arms. Fortunately, if you're on the coin, that can happen. I actually don't feel like Knife Juggler is that impactful of a card from hand, so I'm not going to keep it. Same with Darkshire. I kind of just want to actually hit like a mini bot, Muster for Battle, or Call to Arms is kind of my game plan here. Rallying Blade's really good as well, just because the 3 attack weapon's super strong against a lot of the minions that, you know, Mage decks in general will be playing early. You know, we could save the Juggler or just coin it, but I don't really think it's super relevant. I think I'm just going to play the Jungle here. I might not even play Juggler on turn 2 and just actually Hero Power. Goes for Fire Blast, so maybe he's not playing Secret Mage then. Or if he is, he doesn't have a very good curve. Gonna play Minibot because of the obvious synergy with Rallying Blade. If he doesn't ping off the Divine Shield, it's really strong getting that 3/3. And again, in case he plays like Korintar Mage, setting this up is just beautiful. Nice, okay. So, you know, we definitely got rewarded there for the line of play that we took, which is sweet, and I honestly love when this happens. And I am just gonna take the 4, I think. Because you have to think about it this way, he still has to pay 2 mana crystals to ping off the Shielded Minibot. And if he's doing that, then he's not doing much else with the rest of his turn, as we can already figure out he doesn't have a 2-drop beyond the cards that are here. Picks up a 2-drop though, and that was one of the cards over there. Just perfectly fine. It means that his turn's not bad. It's also not great though at the same time. Gonna coin, and it's not counterspell, which means the Stand Against Darkness into level up, if possible, is going to be an insane combo here. So we're gonna go for that. Trade off the Arcanologist with our face, and just try to go for that nutty, juicy combo to win the game with. Again, we know that he did draw a secret that turn, so it could be potentially counterspell here. If he did draw it, but that just means we have to delay the level up for 1 turn, so it's not a big deal.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
There's the Valet. And he actually didn't play one of the secrets that he drew for some reason, because it was a duplicate of Explosive Runes or Polymorph, I assume then. So now we just level up, and I actually see absolutely no reason to trade at all. So I'm just going to go face for 16 here. I think this is an obvious scenario of if you're trading, you're just missing damage. And that's going to be a really quick win off the back of some of the more techie cards in the deck, actually. Just stand against darkness and level up. It's good stuff. The whole Wild Basics series is supposed to be more of an educational one, so I like to explain things that I'm doing, if that makes any sense. So I actually don't really like any of these cards against Big Priest at all. I think the Quartermaster and Sagadon are not bad, but I would just rather have other cards in my hand. Like Tareem's really good. One thing to note about this deck, in the case of exactly the Big Priest matchup, is that you have no silence in your deck. You do have a quality though, which is good, but you don't have any silence effects, so you can't silence Obsidian Statue. And for that reason, and the reason of Combo Priest, you could have argued that keeping a quality was actually really good and smart. You could honestly be correct, because it's not always Big Priest, it could also be Combo Priest. And in that case, when they're buffing up big boys or have a Deathlord out, going ahead and just using that is very powerful, actually. I think I just coin the Juggler, then go Minibot next turn, and then go Divine Favor on turn 3. Because if he has Big Priest, he'll be passing a lot, and if he's passing a lot, then I get to draw a lot. And if I get to draw a lot with Divine Favor, then I'm usually going to win.
Are you mocking me?
And he's Dragon Priest. Okay. I don't think that I ever just go ahead and play the Righteous Protector here. I think I just play Minibot. I'm not too concerned with my Knife Juggler dying. If it happens, it happens. What this in turn means, though, is that my hand is a little bit bad, to be honest. And that's obviously mended by the Call to Arms off the top there. That makes it really good. I'm not gonna play around Dustbreaker. If he has it, I just have the refill anyways, so I'll just like give it to him and say, hey, if you have it, just play it. I don't think that I'll play around it either, even though he is playing Wormrest, so it looks like he might be a little bit more of an anti-aggro priest with a Dragon Shell. Yep, that's fine. One thing that could happen is it's clear that he has another dragon in hand because he had another Spite active, so he could just have another one. Again, I don't really beat another one, so I'm just going to go in. Unfortunately, no Dry Gulch. You get the very anti-aggro pull from Call to Arms that usually just wins you the game against like Aggro Shaman or Pirate Warrior. Juggler's not bad. I don't know if I just like Knife Juggler or Lost in Jungle Hero Power. Playing 4 minions seems good because we want to play Sunkeeper next turn. So I think I will just do that. Could also Lost in the Jungle Sagadon, but I don't feel like that's actually really strong. Hopefully we just bonk the Dustbreaker again. Fortunately not that lucky, I'm just going to pass there and just really hope that he doesn't have second Dustbreaker here, top 9. Obviously it would be one of the 2-ups because he hasn't actually played one from his deck. Also, we get to dodge a Spiteful this turn, but it looks like he's just going to have second Dustbreaker. That's probably going to be game, to be honest. If they have 2 Dustbreakers top 10 and you're playing Paladin, you usually don't win. This Paladin build can stay in for the longer game, so that's going to be what we're looking to do here. Just draw 3 off the Favor and hopefully stay in this one somehow. Quality's a good tool to be able to do that. Stand Against Darkness is great refill as well. The fact that he only has 1 more Dustbreaker is relevant, so he could still win. It's just the game's getting a little bit tougher, you know? No, not a little bit. It's getting significantly tougher, and it's going to be hard to win. The lack of dragons in hand for him is very, very good for us, though. I don't know about that ordering. So next turn we have Steward of Darkshire plus Stand Against Darkness, which is really good. So this turn I think we're just going to quality Hero Power play Rallying Blade. You could argue it's a little bit quick on the quality, but I have Tareem in hand, so I'm not really too concerned with how fast I commit that. Let's clear off as much as I can, go for the Divine Shields next turn, which are ridiculously hard for him to deal with. These 2 draws together coupled are really ridiculous on 8, especially going into 9 with Tareem and the ability to recommit as well. Amber's not a big deal, because again, anything he plays is just transformed into a 3-3 the following turn. So he gets to attack with it once, and then we're good to go. Order, yes, you are not wrong about that. Hey, we picked up Nod's Armor with this deck not too long ago. That's fun. That was actually a really cool panel with the deck. Just go Stewart, and then go Stand Against Darkness. It's gonna hold the weapon, it clears Nod's Armor. after we play Sunkeeper. You could argue I should actually swing there because then he'd have to swing his 8 attack me into my 3-3. I think it's fine though. He doesn't have very much time to think about what he wants to do, and in general with 15 seconds I'd assume that ladder players would misplay a fair amount of time. The Nazormu dust is making me sneeze, sorry. Am I funny or what? The dust from Nazormu is making me sneeze, I'm sorry! Let's just play Sunkeeper. Actually we should swing here first, and then play Sunkeeper, and then just go face with everything. I don't feel the need to trade ever here. He's in an awkward spot. I have the Divine Shields. So, I think I just win now. Again, it's kind of funny how, you know, I'm so pessimistic about the game after seeing 2 Dustbreakers, but then, you know, you just get your suit of Darkshire, and then stand against Darkness, and the game's just flipped upside down. It's really crazy. And that's not super extraordinary for Hearthstone. I believe this is just lethal. Yep, 15 is good. And that's why the 3 buffs here, Double Quartermaster and Level Up, is very good for consistency once you have board. In any matchup, it's like against a mid-range or controller combo deck, it's quite good. Not necessarily combo, but mid-range or control, it's really good to have the 3 buffs, and they're clearly show that it was good. As I had time to win that game in the end there. Nice one. That's all. Hit control, don't you always get a bit annoyed when you look at deck tracker's turn timer and your opponents always take much longer than you? I mean, that's pretty normal, dude. Like, I play the game all day, right? Here I keep Rallying Blade and Called Arms, I think. That's it. Well, I think it's normal for my opponents to take longer than me because I play the game all day, so I should understand how to play it better. And know how to play most of the scenarios that I'm in a lot better than the majority of my opponents. And it's actually kind of nice when they take a long time because then I can take breaks between the games and I can just like look at chat and talk to you guys basically. Whereas otherwise I wouldn't necessarily have the ability to do that. If that makes any sense. Fire Blast. Double Equality is not that good. The only time that I really wanted is against the 5/5s, and if he's playing Exodia or a slower variant of Mage, it's really bad. That's not telling of what he's playing, unfortunately. I mean, I think I'm supposed to do this because I have so many Divine Shield minions. If I could have traded that, I definitely should have. That's a misplay. Maybe not, actually. It's like actually just considered missing 1 damage, I guess. You could argue that I missed 1 damage over the course of a couple turns because he probably just clears one of my 1/1s. So I don't know how correct that necessarily is. I don't think I'm super upset about not trading. I definitely should have checked though because I would have thought about it more. So in that case it's wrong, I played a little bit too fast.
Interesting.
Why wasn't Oaken Summons a warrior card? Because Blizzard hates warrior right now. Warlock is good now. Second Arcano Girl, probably a Frostbolt on that too. And now we can tell he's playing Seeker Mage. Which is fantastic for us. Jungle Man plus Rallying Blade. I honestly think from this position I shouldn't ever lose a game, to be honest. Ever. Like, I'm trying to piece together a way that he wins, and I just don't see it if he's playing Seeker Mage from here. If you're playing against a lot of Seeker Mage, let me tell you, I'm going to give you a tip right now, okay? Play Paladin, okay? If there's one thing Seeker Mage cannot deal with, it's a board filled with wide minions that you can potentially buff, because they can't really play around anything. And if you have those things that they can't play around, you just shit on them usually. It's a very, very good tip. Is if you can't beat Seeker Mage, well, play Paladin. Because then you will be able to most of the time. Okay? That's a pro tip from Control the Board. You're only getting one of those today, okay? Tip of the day. I think I'm just going to play Treem. Maybe not. I guess Juggler Hero Power is better. Because it probably just gets eaten up anyways, and I'm just going to make it a 3-3 anyways next turn. So I guess this is just stronger overall. Yeah, that's the expected outcome there. Never swing, because if we're playing Treem next turn, if we play Treem next turn, then we want to be able to swing into whatever he plays. Or actually just go face, because he has 15 power on board, but he'll probably Hero Power one of the 1/1s, so then we actually don't have lethal on board in most cases. Because at least one of our minions should be removed.
Hey Control, thank you so much for the 3 months of support. I really appreciate it, and you a real one. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks for copying my message, man. I don't even have to say it, dude. I appreciate you, Mason. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate the time. You're a real one, dog. Thanks to the 3, buddy. Thanks to the 3. He doesn't ping, so that means that we have lethal unless he has blocks. So we play Dream and jam base. And that should be game. Even if he has block, it shouldn't really matter. Does have block. But it's not relevant, right? Like, he just does not get there at all. It does not happen. The game is just a loss for him. It's quite unfortunate as well. I mean, he didn't really even get to play Hearthstone this game. And that's one of the problems. Secret Mage, if they had more consistent 1-drops, I think the matchup would be okay for them. But the lack of consistent 1-drops in the Secret Mage, being that you basically need to draw Mana Worm to have a chance against Paladin, makes it very tough for them to do well in this matchup. And good stuff. I'll take the W, man. Let's get some wins.